Coach, thanks. Located appropriately for his career win total at 347 Don Shula Drive. There's a look at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami, Florida. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's get it. Kill. 22 jet bomber. Hey, orbit.
Throwing to start the drive. Fitzgerald. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good enough for a Buffalo first down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch safety creep.
General West.
Boston Scott, his first carry. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Fair.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Fitzgerald complete to Dorsett. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Foster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Yeah. Hey, echo.
Throwing again. Fitzgerald. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Ready to break. Right there. 55. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Hey. High 7. Snap.
From the gun, Fitzgerald. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's Rosen. Pressure comes, and down goes Rosen. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's Rosen to throw. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, it's apparent that these guys are getting after it right from the opening kickoff. They roll right downfield and score on their first possession. And here on defense, back-to-back sacks. Someone is ready to play.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Yeah, that's what I do.
55 is Mike, guy, 55.
Go.
Go.
3rd and long here for Rosen. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
Watch the whip. Look at me. Go. Kill. Turn up. Go.
Off play action. Fitzgerald. He'll let it go deep for Foster. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Check 43. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Middle. Check right.
They'll run on first down. Pearson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
On 2nd and 7, Rosen. He'll get this one to Cobb, complete. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's Matt Hawk now, standing just outside his own goal line. Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Go! Hey!
On 1st and 10, Fitzgerald. Dorsett's got it. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Malone, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
I'm coming.
One day. 49, check 49.
And now it's Rosen looking. He rifles one that's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
We know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Pearson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got
Now it's Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Tight dog, Tyler, 64, weak. Roll out. Show it up. Hey, lock it. Hit it.
On first down, Fitzgerald nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Go on.
check.
Back to throw. Fitzgerald. Got an open man. It's Scott. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
Hey, Sam on. Go. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. Man open. That's Robert Foster complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Go.
Off the play fake. Fitzgerald. That's caught. It's Malone. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Back there. Yep. Get it.
2nd and 4. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Xavier Howard with a good coverage that time as he was there and knocked it away. They're going for a receiver there. Already has one touchdown in this first half, a second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
From the gun on third down, Fitzgerald. Open man there is Malone. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
Look at me. Door.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
5.
From the gun, Fitzgerald. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their third one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further.
Now. Go out. Hey, lock it. Now.
Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Bills will add on to their lead.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
They'll look to throw on first down to Josh Rosen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Rosen again on second and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
What I'm talking about.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Tonight, 180. Watch twins, watch twins, watch twins. Twins.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Alert.
On third down, Pearson. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on fourth down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 29-yard line.
Got it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
A final shot before break. Fitzgerald. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Well, there's something we haven't seen much of in this game, a really nice run. Do they decide to come back with it, or is that just a little flash, and maybe they continue to try and throw the ball?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Pearson, and he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Hug. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Hey.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Come on, the ball.
From the gun, it's Drake. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch out. Corner.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one. Throwing on 1st down. Fitzgerald. And this one's incomplete. Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Kill. Jam. 5. Leo. 10. Under 10. Hard. Check 24. Go. Be ready. Go.
Off play action. Fitzgerald. He finds Dorsett. It's complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Operating from the gun, Fitzgerald. Dorsett making the catch. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk. To come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 2nd down and 4, Rosen. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
They wanted, they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not that. He came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a dump off here complete. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Charlie. Go.
52's the mic.
Rock it. Look at me. Go. Ready.
2nd and 2. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, but they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
X3, 218, chop it. Roll out. Hey, lock it. Hey, orbit. Decrypt.
From the gun, Fitzgerald. He'll let it go deep for Foster. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster with touchdown number 12 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead will grow by one more.
Makes the score Bills 31.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll keep it on the ground. Pearson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
6 gone. Check 6 gone. Check 50. Check 50.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Miami. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Rosen will throw. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. First target, first catch, and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Pearson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he? And
what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's complete. It's Gore. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's taken down inside the 30. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
How did he do that? How did he do it? I mean, in this type of weather, it's not just catching it, it's seeing it coming towards it. Maybe that's why he ended up having to go one-handed, but boy, what a catch.
Yeah, it was a spectacular one-handed grab. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Kill, turn up. Kill, turn up. Get it.
On first and 10, Fitzgerald over the middle, complete. That's Malone. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Yep. Let's go, baby. Check for it. Let's go.
Back to throw. Fitzgerald. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Check. He's checking.
Operating from the gun. Fitzgerald. Open man here is Foster. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Looking to throw. Fitzgerald. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
High 7. Yes. Leo.
Back to the air on second down. Fitzgerald over the middle, Dorsett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
They'll run on first down. Scott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Check 99. Rock it. Say go.
They go again with Scott. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That one good for 26 and a first down.
26 yards. And the Bills first down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed in this weather. I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But be able to catch it and come down with it. What do they call that? The process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Cooper Kupp there, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw is Rosen. He's going to let it fly. And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Alert, alert, alert.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike.
They're going on fourth down. Rosen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position.
Down. 60 outlaw. Eat. I'm coming after you. Look at me. Door. Shoot.
On first down, Fitzgerald. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal.
Push him back.
Hey.
55. We don't want this. 55.
Ready?
From the gun, Fitzgerald. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here knowing.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Ryan Anderson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Bills, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping and a big loss here as he's taken down. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Well, someone came to play today.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We heard about it all week, didn't we? Especially when we visited practice. He thought he had a good matchup in front of him, and he's taking full advantage right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here, just trying to get some space.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turning to his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear. That's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
64, weak. Go. Go.
Watch the ship.
Hard.
Watch the ship.
Lock it. Watch twist.
2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw here. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And that one results in 35 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
They'll
run it now out of the gun. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Check. You're out. Squeeze. Get it. Ready.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that?
And nothing but daylight ahead. The 30. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Miles Sanders, 98 yards. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And that carry of 98 yards is now tied for the 2nd longest in NFL history.
Amon Green did it, I believe, in 2003 when he was playing for Green Bay.
Against the Broncos, I think.
And just face it, no matter who was running the ball, for that distance, give them some oxygen as well as the touchdown. What a play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check nickel.
Under 10.
Bravo.
2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Slam. You're out. Yay. Echo. Ready, go.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play.
At the 39-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Watch the eye. Hey, 57. I got it.
Now here's Mahomes. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got a hold.
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
He'll look to throw. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with touchdown number 8 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The end result, 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, New York.
61. Matchbox. Light. See it. On. Equipment. Stand.
SOS.
Yep.
SOS. He's coming.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Ready.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Check 50. Check 50.
Switch. And go.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 24 yards. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms, because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Let's go,
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop.
What's the ball? Shoot!
Check your hot read. Hey, if you kill it, motion me out. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Big stop, D.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
43!
In his own end zone, it's Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
He's Chopper! Leo! We got double up. 49! Gone! Check 49! No. Off, ready, go!
2nd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You don't want it. Hey! Big Ed. Check. Tight dog. You're out. Set.
They'll set up a throw. Going up top. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Mahomes going to throw. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So a bit of a weird kick there. That wasn't an overly long attempt, but that never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
You know, the man on our cover, John Madden, so synonymous with these Thanksgiving Day games. He was on TV for these from, I think, 81 to 01, giving out the Turkey Leg Award and turducken he always talked about. Special when you got a guy going off like this. I think he would be a good recipient of the Turkey Leg Award.
Well, he's definitely already worked on that leg. Is it possible he could end up getting the whole turkey?
Yeah, give him a thigh,
or the
too.
whole turducken. And it's really great that you mentioned Coach Madden because everyone knows him from this. Everyone knows him from the broadcast booth. Remember, he won a Super Bowl as a head coach in Oakland.
Yep, he did indeed. But right now, we are watching maybe one of those turkey leg performances with his second touchdown there. This fielded at the 2. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
they need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 88 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. And that is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on, come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Let's get it. Check. Back. Now. And go.
They'll drop the throw. That one complete to Anderson. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
Yes! Switch! Dog! You gonna take hard! You gonna take! Ready!
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. They'll look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But
it's caught inside the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 74 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. They'll look to throw here. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Go, go.
Now back to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Go on. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Watch twist. Go. Check 24. Watch 24.
2nd and 10. Looking left sideline, it's complete. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Come on, set. 8, read. Bravo.
First down, Jets.
Jets, ready, go.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Darren Lee picks it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. We are headed to the 4th here on Thanksgiving night. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Frank Clark in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Go out.
Check 26. Check.
Hey, lock it. Lead grip.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll find his man on the end route, complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Topper. Go.
Go now. 52.
Go.
Nice.
Get it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. 48 yards. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive. But on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Sanders. And for one of the first times all night, is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
The tackle made back at the 25-yard line.
Yellow.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what would be an important fourth down. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Hey, Delta, go.
Watch out.
Go.
Bang, bang, bang. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
They start on the ground here at Sanders. Tackled by Jordan Willis. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Sanders. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They only need a yard here. 3rd down and 1 after the penalty. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Mahomes to throw on 3rd and 1. Out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mahomes going to throw it here, eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now here's Mahomes. They complete it to Hill. And he's got some space here. 30, 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 84 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I guarantee you, I know who was really excited? Fantasy owners
who
had them. Hey, listen, get the points from me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Kansas City, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, their woes continue as the record falls now to 1-10. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.